This training consists in several tutorials. Please select one of the following: hearing impairment, Crohn's disease, autism and Asperger's syndrome, diabetes, bipolar disorder, musculoskeletal disorders. Hearing impairment. Hearing impairment is a complete or partial loss of hearing acuity from birth or later. Depending on its severity, the hearing impairment hampers auditive and social functioning. It is often accompanied by tinnitus, a ringing or buzzing usually heard only in complete silence. Complete loss of hearing is rare. Some persons with hearing impairment experience behavior or relationship issues. In order to communicate, some deaf people use sign language or practice lip reading. One of the most severe consequences of hearing impairment is the way it hampers the ability to communicate with others. It can have a considerable impact on daily life and may lead to feelings of loneliness, isolation, and frustration. The screening of ear disorders and hearing impairment at school or at work is useful to detect and treat hearing loss early. Hearing devices, cochlear implants and other hearing improving devices can alleviate some of the impairment caused by such conditions. People with hearing impairment can also benefit from orthophony or hearing rehabilitation sessions.
If you don't mind, I'd like to check something quickly with Kevin. It won't take long. Anyway, there's a meeting right after. Hello, Kevin. How are you, after our marathon meeting this morning? A bit long for a first time, wasn't it?
I'm fine, thanks. It was a bit long, indeed, but it was interesting.
As you could see, we brought together a lot of elements during the meeting. For that matter, I'd like to talk about the Ryaman file with you. I'd like you to manage it in the future. It's important that you take charge of some actual work as soon as possible. By the way, do you know the fundamentals of agile project management?
I'm not sure.
Didn't you learn this at school? It's very trendy, it's everywhere, perhaps too much, in all the business units and cross-functional teams, for all change management projects. These past years we had several part-time trainees who all studied it. Okay, not all exactly, but most of them. Of course, school is just the first step. You surely already drafted a project plan with diagrams and such, right? You know how to do it, don't you?
Excuse me, can you repeat, please?
Diagrams. Methods to plan tasks and list actions in order.
Can you repeat, please?
Diagrams. Methods to plan tasks and list actions in order. Do you get it?
Sorry, I don't.
Do you get what I mean? Okay, I don't really know the courses you took, but you're bound to have used tools to build, plan, and organize a project. We already had a trainee from your school in the past. Maybe you know him. His name was Renaud. Wait, no. Udis. I always mix them up. He was from your class, perhaps the previous one. Anyway, he worked with quite complex tools. I even learned quite a deal from him. Every day brings some opportunity to learn.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
It's really weird that you did not learn the basics of project management.
I don't really understand. Can you start over from the beginning, please?
Look, it doesn't matter. Do you need help with the Ryaman file?
Yes, please. Can you also speak a bit slower, please, and face me when you do? That'd be great.
Oh, right. I get it. I was speaking about agile project management.
Oh, yes. I'm very familiar with the Agile method.
Great. If it suits you, we can meet at 4 p.m. to start working together. Hello, Kevin. How are you? after our marathon meeting this morning. A bit long for a first time, wasn't it? Didn't you learn this at school? It's very congregate everywhere, perhaps too much. In all the business units and cross-functional teams. Always make my project. These functioners met several part-time trainees who all studied. Also, not all exactly, but most of them. Oh, right. I get it. I was thinking about agile project management.
The scene you just experienced showed a discussion between a manager and one of his new co-workers, a part-time trainee. The co-worker in training is hearing impaired and struggles to understand what his manager is saying, particularly when he is hurried, when he is speaking faster, or when he is articulating poorly. Did you choose to step in the shoes of the trainee? In this case, you were able to experience how hard it can be to follow a conversation with such a disability. One can quickly feel embarrassed or diminished because there is an inequality between interlocutors. Asking to repeat sentences again and again can be interpreted as a lack of attention or understanding, which can be very unsettling for the person with a disability, which may lead them to adopt avoidance and circumvention strategies. The best advice we can give to the manager is to be attentive to every member of his team, most of all his co-workers with particularities, to discuss the sources of discomfort with them, and to ensure the best possible communication conditions are set into place. If you are experiencing trouble hearing correctly, don't hesitate to ask people to repeat themselves. Talk about the issues you face with your interlocutors. It will allow you to evolve in your work environment in a more relaxed manner. Thank you for having participated in this unprecedented virtual reality experiment. We hope that it helped you acquire a better understanding of the issues of disability and that it gave you some leads about how to combat stereotypes. Managers, collaborators, and apprentices all have a role to play to integrate disability in the company as a source of diversity promoting collective enrichment. Labour doctors, human resources managers, disabled persons contact, a multidisciplinary team is at your side to answer any questions and assist you daily. Feel free to contact them.